Alright guys, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how you can sell your in-game items in off the grid, aka NFTs, for real money. Okay, now quickly before we kick the video off guys, I do want to add a little disclaimer here, very important disclaimer as a matter of fact. Off the grid is currently not in main net, okay? Therefore, we can't officially sell these items, aka NFTs, via the GUNZ marketplace or OpenSea where it's intended to sell, okay? Therefore, the only way we can sell this is over the counter, which could be very risky. And I don't advise you guys to do this, and neither does the off the grid team, just because they don't want you to get scammed. But at the end of the day, this is crypto and NFTs. Therefore, we do have full ownership of our assets. And I don't know about you guys, I like owning my stuff. So if there's a deal that comes my way, I'm probably, and I like it, I'm probably going to sell, right? And make real money, because why not? So with all of that out of the way, guys, if you do enjoy the video, simply give it a like, subscribe, and stay tuned with those notifications bell because more videos are coming out very soon, including a video I'm working on in terms of what makes an NFT valuable and what's the supply on some certain rare NFTs in off the grid. Therefore, you guys can probably check your inventory and see if you guys have it. So, and I'll probably mention that in the second half of the video as well. But guys, let's not waste any time. Let's try to get into the video. I really quick want to show you guys a sale that I just did. So I sold two items for 200 a pop, which to be fair is very cheap. 200 a pop for this Kestrel Legacy as well as this Kite Legacy, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys exactly how this transaction came to be. And of course, as you guys can see here, I got USDC via my crypto wallet, $400 in total for those two items. So the first thing you guys want to do is find yourselves a buyer, right? You guys want to find yourselves a buyer. How do you do that? There's two ways to do that, okay? The number one way is to go, and I'm not trying to plug myself in here. It's legitimately a very good way to do it. The only way to do it, as a matter of fact. Go follow my social medias and my Discord. Go follow my Player One Gaming YTX, aka Twitter page, which is linked down below, as well as my Discord, which is completely for free. I have a channel there for Off the Grid and the GUNZ Marketplace where you guys can put your stuff up for offer. And then if anybody's interested, of course, they're gonna offer you something. And if you like it, you guys can go about the transaction. Okay. So once again, this is over the counter and very risky. So make sure you guys find somebody that's trustworthy or somebody that's vouched for somebody that's trustworthy, because like at the end of the day, this is not the safest way to go about. If you guys do end up selling something, I do want to plug this in here. I did it via crypto, which I don't advise you guys to do right now. The only reason why I did a crypto is just because I'm a YouTuber and that's just the reality of it. So I have some kind of trust value to me. So the other guy ended up sending me the money first before I ended up selling him the weapons. Okay. The best way to do this is probably PayPal, just because it has some kind of protection plan, just in case they do try to scam you some way, some form, right? So PayPal would probably be the smartest way to go about, right? Okay, let's just say you do find a buyer on my Discord, okay? How would you guys go about? First of all, you guys got to get on a mic for clear communication, and that's what I did. So I'll show you guys exactly what happened with me. I told the guy, I played a few matches with the guy, just kind of, get to know him a little bit, but he sent me the $200 first via, the Phantom wallet, Solana's USDC, which is very simple. After that, what did I do? I currently have a lot of GUNZ tokens. So let's just take this Kite Legacy, for example. It's a very rare weapon. If I put this in the official GUNZ marketplace for sale, which by the way, you do need to be a pro member in Off the Grid to sell stuff, right? So if I put this on sale for, let's just say 100 gun, and I tell the guy, buy this for 100 gun and we're good. You know how risky that would be to put this in the marketplace? We don't know how long. It would probably be gone in like a second, right? So you do need to put these weapons, these rare weapons, to make this transaction successful for higher amounts of guns. I did this for 20,000 GUNZ token. Luckily, me and him had enough to kind of like go about and put that transaction together. So in my in-game Off the Grid, I had over 20,000 guns. So I listed this for 20,000 gun. Now, quickly, another disclaimer here, guys, that this right here, if you do sell it for 20,000 guns, there's a 5% tax in game for your GUNZ token. So if I sell for 20,000, 1,000 is going to be wiped out, right? And if you guys keep doing these transactions back and forth, you guys get the point. It adds up. So it's costly if you guys do put it for a high amount of GUNZ token in the marketplace. So be smart with that. Do the calculations. Get on the mic with the guy. So he sent me the money first. What did I do? I put this in the marketplace for a 20,000 gun, and then he bought it. The first transaction was successful. And then after that, we also, did the same thing for the Kite Legacy. Okay. Now I want to say something else really quick. Also, people are buying your GUNZ token for real money in the marketplace. So basically there's rates and same thing for weapons and skins. There's no set value just yet. The marketplace is kind of all over the place, and the market determines the value of something. And we're still early, right? We're still early in the days. Like nothing's officially launched just yet, but people are buying GUNZ tokens for real money. So for example, like I see a lot of average sales anywhere from $5 to $6 per 1,000 gun. So you guys can do the math. 10,000 gun times 5, just do the math, right? If you guys sell 100,000 gun for a rate of $5, let me just pull up my calculator right here. Let's just say somebody sells 100,000 guns. I'm pulling my calculator here. 1,000 guns divided by, let's just divide this by 1,000, right? And then we times this by 5. That's $500. You guys can sell 100,000 gun, which is a lot, obviously, for $500, right? I've seen some ongoing rates go for $6.5 for per 1,000 gun. And the way you would do that would be the exact same thing. And it's, once again, you put something in the marketplace and then they buy it off of you. You can put something really cheap since it's just a GUNZ transaction, like a random helmet or something like that, like a common helmet or whatever. And then you guys can easily just, they could buy it off of that, and then you can do your PayPal transactions, and there you go. So once again, there's no safe way to go about, but that's why I ask you guys to network. Find somebody trustworthy, find somebody that can vouch for the person. Join my Discord and X page, which is all linked down below. Now, really quick, I'm going to make a separate video on this, but what makes a gun valuable? What makes this Kite Legacy valuable? Okay, it's a legacy weapon, so it's never going to come back. It was for those who were early adopters in the game, such as myself. We ended up getting these legacy weapons, or it was a normal Kestrel, which then transformed into a legacy weapon, and it's never going to get reprinted again. So really quick, let's go over really fast before we end the video, because I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm gonna make a part 2 on this. What makes a weapon valuable, or a skin? I have a list here of 7 things. Okay, number 1 is supply and circulation. If there's, let's just say, one of these weapons as opposed to 1 million, of course, the one of one is going to be more valuable because it's harder to get, right? Very simple stuff. Circulation, number 1. Number 2 is demand. Demand is kind of like the same way. Demand is pretty much everything that I'm about to mention combined, which makes it demand, right? Which makes demand, which is the player 0 gear, right? I'm going to use the player 0 gear as an example here. So, it's another thing. The player 0 gear sells a lot because it looks cool, right? Looks is another one. It's all gold. The chest piece is a prize weapon. And I'm going to pull this up really quick. So this chest piece right here. So we just currently got 2 sales. The number 1 sale was 2 player 0 chest pieces plus 1 jetpack sold for $700. And as well as 1 full player 0 set. So this one was it was a steal. For $350. And I know the people that sold this and they confirmed it with me. So I know these are legitimate sales. Okay. And I post these sales on my X page, which is also linked down below. So what makes it valuable? Looks, circulation. Now, serial number. Let's talk about serial number because this is very important. So let's just say right now I have the number 1 chess piece out of whatever amount, right? The number 1 serial number chess piece. That's not going to really hold value because it's been confirmed right now that once the game officially launches, the serial numbers will change. Now, I'm not quite sure how they're going to go about changing the serial numbers, whether it's via blocks, because this is crypto, whether it's randomized, which I really don't want to advise it to be randomized, whether it's going to be like number 1, but it's going to have the PlayStation logo, or number 1, it's going to have the Xbox logo, number 1, it's going to have the PC logo. I think that's kind of like a smart way to go about. And then after that, everything gets combined. So that's another way to go about. So if you guys are trying to buy purely off of serial numbers, I would not advise it. Okay. So there's that. Serial number is going to be huge once main launch happens. That's going to be like one of the main things, right? Because of like a special character like 777, 111, or like the top 5 of the Player Zero chess piece, they're going to be valued at a lot. Okay. Okay. Let's talk about exactly exclusiveness. So if you guys go to your battle pass, you guys can see a little tag says exclusive. Is this item confirmed to never going to come back? That's what makes it valuable as well, right? Your battle pass stuff is exclusive, but it does have a high circulation. So it's kind of somewhat in the middle in terms of value, right? Like the Trump set. So we have that. How good is the weapon? This is specifically for weapons. So the reason why this Kite Legacy sold, or this Kestrel Legacy and this Kite Legacy sold, is because they're the better weapons. Okay, they're the better weapons of the bunch, as opposed to, let's just use the, I don't know, the Casper as an example, right? The Casper, there's the Alligator Casper, by the way, which is really rare at a supply of like 195, which you guys were able to get via the Superverse collaboration on Technocore, but it's a Casper. It's not good, so people don't want it that much, as opposed to the Kite, which is very much used. You can use this in game. But the thing is that sometimes weapons gets buffed and nerfed, so you never really know where things are going to go with weapons for the most part, right? In terms of skins, it's safe because they're just skins, right? The jetpack, the chest piece, you guys get it. It's skins, right? So there's no buffs and nerfs to the skins, obviously. Branding is another one. I'm making this video a little bit too long, but branding is another one. Like OpenSea, let's just say, yeah, OpenSea is about to come out with a Proton labeled, I don't have it pulled up here, a Proton labeled OpenSea and a shirt, right? So the crypto people might want that because they're very high on OpenSea, right? And I personally want that too, actually. So branding's another one if they collab with somebody, right? Like Neo Tokyo is also going to be coming out with a collaboration with Off the Grid in the future. So that's been confirmed with a Proton as well, which is a marksman rifle. So yeah, guys, I'm going to make a part 2 on this, on what is the rarest stuff in the game. You guys can see here, this set here, which is the Pioneer, sold for $3,500. Okay. It has a circulation supply of 601, and it's the early adopters that have this set, right? That's why it's worth so much. So hopefully this video helped you out. Goat Network, you know, people will help you out in the Discord or X page. Be smart. Protection plan. There are third-party sites where people sell their games. It doesn't need to be Off the Grid, or they sell other games. I'm not going to promote those sites because I don't know if it's trustworthy, but there's third-party sites. You guys can do your own research. But once again, always do your own research. Be smart. I don't advise you guys to do this. Warning, the Off the Grid team doesn't advise you guys to do this. Don't get scammed. I'm just putting it out there because this is crypto. This is NFTs. Therefore, we own our stuff. Right? That's the beauty of this, guys. We own our assets. That's enough for me yapping. If you guys did enjoy the video, as always, make sure you guys simply just like the video, subscribe, have those notifications bell on, join the Discord, the X page, everything's linked down below. Have a good one. Have a blessed day. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.